Death Star. That thing's operational.
Dr. Banner. Now might be a really good time for you to get angry.
That's my secret, Captain. I'm always angry.
want to fight? I'm ready.
You do not have to stand against me. Instead, I will share all of this with you if you will only kneel.
Okay, before we continue, can you hear us now? Good now, yes? Oh, wonderful.
Awesome. Thank you, Lady Caddyshack.
Well, it's funny. There was nobody in the chat when we started, and we just kind of kept going.
We just assumed they were all over at Sakari's.
Yeah, well, sorry about that, guys. So here we are. What are we even talking about?
I was on my little side John about the party Jawa.
Oh, yes, Party Jawa.
So I was talking about the fact that, because you were watching a stream, the Musco jumped in and he asked who's been on since beta.
That's right.
And I was saying that we've both been on since beta, and as for the entire time, there's only been 1 month that I wasn't a subscriber, and it was the 1 month they gave out the Party Jawa, and you can't buy it. It's not something you can buy from the cartel market. You can't buy it on the GTN, whatever.
Right.
But I really wanted. I can't not finish achievements on planets.
Of course.
Like that.
Right.
And so I wrote. SWTOR, and they said, okay, we're looking at your subscription, and for some reason this literally is the only month you've never subscribed, so we're gonna go and give it to you for free. Oh my
god, that's funny.
And so they gave it to all my tunes, and so I was able to do it.
That's good, dude. Well, now that we have sound and people are here, and I screwed up something, didn't I? Because there we go. All right, let's move on. That's what we're doing.
Moving on.
So patch notes. So May the 4th happening. We have double XP, all that. That's pretty damn cool. There's a bunch of like bug fixes in here. Of course, I'm not going to run through all of them, but there's a couple.
You say that.
I know, but I'm really not going to this time because we're almost at our 8:30 mark anyway. There's some GSI support. Terminals are once again active on McKeb. Is this part of that GSI sequence thing?
Yeah.
Where you have to shoot them with the macro binoculars, right?
Well, that is a GSI mission, but no, the GSI planetary quests are the ones where there was like 5 on Alderaan, there was like 5 on McCabe.
Oh, the support terminals. No, those are the things that you get when you get there, and it gives you a buff.
Oh, yes.
Yes, and apparently those weren't working, which is pretty.
Well, if you're a low level 2 and trying to do McCabe, then yeah. Can you not hear me?
Mm-mm. That was just on my end. All right, so there's a correct faction tooltip will now display regardless of what area a player is in on Iocath. And an achievement, this is for you,
Woohoo.
Has been added for completing the Subverting the Tower Droid mission on Iocath.
Okay, cool.
I don't know what that is yet.
No, I don't either.
But it's there. So here we are. This bugged me, actually, when I first went through some of the quests on Iocath. The player's temporary ability bar will no longer disappear after exiting an alternate form. So if you're a walker, a mouse droid, or whatever before that, it should remain such as if the heroic moment is active. I was having an issue where I would have the heroic moment going, and then you have those special abilities, and then part of it would like go away.
Your batteries are dead? All right. Well, while we wait for Marshall to change the batteries in his mic, it'll be just a moment. So, of those that are in chat, did anybody get a chance to watch any of Kid Lee's mega stream tonight? We were on for the last of his, I think it was 3 or 4 hours that he did, and so it was nice that we were on there for that. We were on there with Sakari.
Are you entertaining the people?
Well, I'm just asking people if they got to watch any of Kid Lee's mega stream today.
Yeah.
And nobody's responded yet.
No one likes it.
So. Yes, you're right, Marshall. Nobody does like me. Sorry, damn, I gotta stop hitting that. Oh, has anybody seen Guardians of the Galaxy yet? Open today. Hello, it's me.
And I'm back.
Yes, you are back. Thank you.
I'm back, baby. Sorry about that. I meant to check ahead of time, but we were on the other stream and I forgot. So here we are. I'm sure we've lost no viewers in the interim, but that's fine. So let's get back to these patch notes. There's a couple things that I want to talk about too. Veteran and Master flashpoints will now drop loot for players 51 through 64. I don't know how that was an issue.
Right.
But I guess it was. And there was a bolster issue apparently on Veteran and Master mode Battle of Rishi. So that was a thing. And these are specific to Tithe, which is Gods from the Machine. And the lockout timer for defeating Tithe is now set to reset on Tuesday with all other lockout timers. There was a lockout issue. I remember that being a thing.
Yeah, that's kind of weird.
And Tithe will now drop crafting materials, which I think is interesting. I don't know if any bosses ever dropped crafting materials, but maybe they're talking about like Jawa junk and stuff like that, maybe? I don't know.
Well, it could be Java junk, but yeah, I think that would make sense.
So
no.
My camera got messed up too.
Well, Tithe's a droid, isn't he?
Yeah.
Well, then maybe you can scavenge him.
Maybe. I don't know. And after his, I think these kind of things are funny. Sorry about the camera and stuff, guys. We were still trying to get reset up from where we were before. So after his impressive interest cinematic, Tithe has decided to actually wield his weapon.
Oh, nice.
Which, I mean, it's a big-ass saber staff.
Yeah,
So.
why not show that in the interest cinematic?
And this one I think is the best. Even though he's a god, Tithe's interest cinematic will no longer play after he's been defeated.
That's pretty funny.
I don't even know. I just think that's great. There's a bunch of other bug fixes with items in economy, but I'm not going to run through all of this. There was a couple other things. Something having to do actually with players on Iocath can now interact with vendors while they're in other forms, such as the Iocath monitor and mouse droid. And they added a new item called Legendary Iocath Shard Cluster. And this consumable is dropped from some daily missions on Iocath. And this shard cluster is bind on pickup and will award more shards than Artifact Iocath Shard Cluster.
Cool.
I feel like I said shard cluster a lot.
I thought you were saying shart to begin with, but it's all right.
All right. Well, I wasn't, but...
No, I'm kidding. I know you weren't.
Here we are. Okay. All right, man. So that's kind of all I wanted to touch on. There's a bunch of bug fixes with missions and NPCs, but nothing I can think of really looking through this that was... Oh, I do need to say this one. Iocath daily missions have had their command experience rewards increased as they will now reward consumable CXP packs. Remember, and this goes along with it, Iocath Sentinel Walker and Mouse Droid daily missions have now had a credit boom or credit explosion, and Iocath Shard Clusters added to their mission rewards. Because remember, people were saying that essentially... Why bother with the Iocath missions? Because they give so little CXP and other rewards.
I remember you mentioning
so
that.
they're trying to bring those up, essentially. So that's good.
Good.
All right, man. So I think that takes us out of that patch notes at least.
What's this going on with companions?
There was an issue with companions, and I don't think this is resolved. And I actually have not checked my deal after I finished the Iocath missions. I never looked at my companions.
Right.
I might be victim to this. I know people may not even know that they are. So there was a bug that is currently occurring that is if you complete Iocath while you have active repeatable chapter missions available, you'll be blocked from getting the companion as intended. Okay. So if you were supposed to get Quinn, for example, was it Quinn? Malevite Quinn?
Yeah, Quinn or Dorn.
Quinn or, yeah. So if you were supposed to get that companion, you had an active chapter going, you were blocked from getting it.
From like Coated or Coffee.
Yeah. So when we've locked down exactly what's causing the issue, but it wouldn't have been fixed until the patch a couple days ago.
Right.
The issue with that though is that they don't have a fix for
people that already did it.
So if you don't have that companion for some reason, that's going to be a problem. So it says, let's see, I'll pass the updates on to fix, let's see. In the meantime, this is not an issue that CS has the ability to resolve. So if you submit a ticket, they're going to close it. And so they're working on it. But what I heard in another show is, remember, there's that little spot on Odessin where you can get past companions if you want them.
Right, yeah.
So if that's the case, I would just go there and grab them.
Yeah, that's what I would guess.
That's what I would do. But that's just me. Anyway, they're working on it as of now.
Well, good.
There was an issue with companion collection unlocks as well. They didn't have the right prices, and so they were like inflated prices. It should have been like 400 when it was actually more, and so they fixed that. And there was an issue with character transfers. They took them down for a bit. It should be resolved now while you listen to this, but that was happening as well.
Okay.
And there was something else too about unable to delete characters after the last patch, and I think they're working on that one as well.
Weird. That's an odd thing.
I don't remember this one. Oh, there was an issue this morning with deleting characters, but it should now be resolved. So whatever it is, it should be good. All right, man. I think that's pretty good.
Yeah, no, I think it's a little quick thing.
Yeah. I feel bad people couldn't hear us before. They might have stuck around a little longer. But whenever you're in a chat room and, you can't hear the people in the chat room, you should probably say something.
Yeah.
Or the stream, I should say, not chat room.
Yeah, good point.
No big deal.
No big deal.
Thank you.
Thank you, lady.
Lady, for doing that. So I appreciate that. All right, man. So here's what we're going to do. So people who are in the chat room that weren't here earlier, we are going to go back to our normal format. That was our SWTOR section. We're kind of experimenting with a different format this week and next week. So what we're going to do is we're going to do what we normally do at 8 o'clock, which was about 40 minutes ago. We are going to do our trailer time. We have some awesome trailers we're going to do, and that is a Patreon exclusive. So if you're interested in seeing what we do that's not available anywhere else, definitely stick around for that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to shut the feed down for about 10 seconds and bring it back up. So
sounds like a plan.
That's pretty much what we're going to do. And then we're going to watch some trailers. There's some damn good ones this week, man.
Yeah, not a ton either, so should we get nice and fun.
Only a few, and it'll be good. Should we give them a little sneak peek? There's a new Wonder Woman's trailer, Defenders trailer, Dark Tower trailer, which I'm excited about, and something about sharks, I think. And
Logan War, which is the black and white version.
Yeah, it's going to be badass. All right, so we're going to reset for that. Give us a second. So I'm going to shut this. How do we want to do this?
I'm going to shut you down.
Okay. Here's what I'm going to do. Most of these are on. All right, we'll be back in 2 seconds.
Fix that chair, lady.
There's a chair broken? Lurking?
Come on, feel the noise.